Now, Germany is in a state of some shock at events on New Year's Eve in Cologne and some other big cities. It was more than rowdy behaviour. Fireworks were dangerously lobbed into crowds. There was intimidation of women, thefts, groping and worse, sexual attacks. And it seems to have been perpetrated by large gangs of young North African and Arab men. To a country that's been so welcoming to refugees, it's led to some deep soul-searching and a divided opinion. Katie Razzle's been looking into it.
Ja, und dann plötzlich fingen die Männer uns herum an, uns anzufassen, haben uns am Po gefasst, sind in Schritt gegangen, haben uns überall angefasst.
Ich habe versucht, mich irgendwie noch zu wehren, dass ich meinen Arm nach hinten geschleudert habe. Ich bin die Treppen sogar noch fast deswegen runtergefallen. Die hatten das Gefühl, dass die an der Macht sind gerade und mit den Frauen, die auf der Straße ein bisschen was reinfallen wollten, alles machen können und uns überall angefasst haben. Das war ganz schlimm. Und
It's a potentially toxic mix. More than 100 women in Cologne reporting sexual harassment, robbery, even rape on New Year's Eve around the train station. Allegedly assaulted by groups of men described as of North African or Arab origin, in a country coming to terms with 1 million new migrants last year alone. The attacks appear organised, up to 1,000 men in groups surrounding women to hem them in before launching their assaults.
Ich habe mir so gedacht, wenn die uns jetzt hier eine Menge halten, die könnten uns umbringen, die könnten uns vergewaltigen und es wird niemand mitkriegen. Wir müssten es einfach über uns ergehen lassen. Einfach um uns herum stand einfach niemand, der uns geholfen hat oder uns helfen konnte. In dem Sinn, deswegen wollte ich eigentlich nur noch da raus.
New Year's Eve was last Thursday, but the news filtered out slowly. Originally, the Cologne police said it had been a peaceful night. When the story did emerge, the media was slow to report it. One German TV channel today apologised, but it's fed conspiracy theories about media bias towards refugees.
Mainly the Islamophobic street movement Pegida and its supporters and the right-wing party AfD, which hopes to join the German parliament after the nationwide elections next year. I think German media faces a dilemma here. On the one hand, they don't want to be called racist or they don't want to strengthen Islamophobic movements like Pegida by quickly reporting rumors or accusations circulating on Facebook. But if they act too slow, Pegida people and so-called alternative media outlets are quickly there and call them lying press.
Today, pro- and anti-migrant demonstrators scuffled outside the station as police said they were investigating links to a criminal network of North African origin in nearby Düsseldorf. Last night, demonstrators targeted the ruling CDU party, which has welcomed so many refugees to Germany recently. The government says connecting the attacks to the issue of refugees is a misuse of the debate, but plenty are fearful. Mrs. Merkel, what do you say, reads this placard. In a country already soul-searching about its generosity to migrants, it's fodder for some.
Sie benutzt ja genau jetzt diesen Vorfall als Präzedenzfall, vor dem bösen muslimischen Flüchtling, vor dem bösen muslimischen Migranten, der sexuell quasi überstimuliert ist, zu warnen, ganz bewusst auch bestimmte Stereotypen noch weiter festzusetzen. Also ich bekomme hier minütlich Hassmails, und zwar den ganzen Tag, seit gestern schon, weil ich bestimmte Aussagen getätigt habe. Und das erschreckt mich doch zutiefst. Dieser Fall wird also ganz bewusst instrumentalisiert.
Prepare for more of the same. This is Hamburg on New Year's Eve. Newsnight has spoken to police there who told us more than 50 women have now reported attacks with similar tactics during that city's celebrations. The assailants are variously described as Arab, North African and Southern European looking. The police say they expect more women to come forward over the next few days.
Katie Razzle there. Well, Markus Pretzel's an MEP for the right-wing party, Alternative for Germany, AfD. He joins us now from Brussels. Good evening to you. What conclusion do you draw from events on New Year's Eve?
Good evening. Well, I understand that there are people that are concerned it might be stereotypes we're talking about, but we have to see that this has never happened in Germany in the last decades. We've never experienced incidents like these that happened in Cologne, Hamburg, Stuttgart, Frankfurt, Freiburg, Bielefeld and many other cities in Germany. So this is not only a stereotype, but it's reality. It has happened, and we need to talk about why this happened, why it is that Arab men and Northern Africans don't accept our Middle European culture, and why they don't respect our women. And that's an incident we really need to talk about, and we need to talk about how we can integrate 1.5 million people that came to Germany in 2015 alone, and that might even have their families brought to Germany. Will mean 5 to 7 million
Let me just ask
foreigners come to Germany in just 1 year.
Sorry to interrupt, but let me just ask you this. When it comes to race, to ethnicity, to religion and even nationality, one of the things we know is that when you do generalize across a whole population and make sweeping generalizations that Arab men are like this or African people are like that, it often doesn't lead anywhere very constructive. I just wonder whether you are using this to tar a large number of people, most of whom are not groping women, German women, whether you're using them to tar them all with that same brush.
Sorry, I didn't understand the last phrase.
Whether you are painting them all, everybody who's Arab or African, by that smaller number of people who've behaved badly.
Well, of course not, because we've had 1.5 million people coming to Germany in 2015, and it were only 1,000 men in Cologne on New Year's Eve, and some 100 others in other German cities. But still, this is a huge number. It doesn't mean every Arab man is raping German women. Of course not. He's not. But what we have to see is that these incidents happen more often since we have had these so-called refugees in Germany on those numbers that we experienced in 2015.
I'm so sorry.
So there's something to talk about.
We're very much out of time. Just in a sentence, do you think what happened on Thursday last week has made a difference to public opinion in Germany?
Well, yes, of course it has, because the public now realizes that women that had been surrounded by these men, having the police standing around and not being able to help these women. And this is a traumatic thing to happen to women, of course. And I believe there are many people
Marcus?
in Germany now. Yes?
Marcus Pretzel, I'm so sorry, we do have to leave it there. We've run out of time. Thanks so much. Thanks.